Oops, sorry about that. Hello and welcome back to the channel. I accidentally deleted the first part of this video, and that was me starting the talk on this piece of wood right here. Don't mind all of this, I don't have anywhere else I can put it, so that have to be here, but it was this stick here. This is a part of that. It is a piece of arrow wood, and let me just start out with what I also said in that clip I accidentally deleted and can't get back now. I've for a while been talking about doing a small series on how I make my arrows, and that will be a little series because how I make the arrow depends on which bow it's for, or it's intended to be used for. It can be used for multiple bows, of course, and also different types of wood, and using a device to put on the feathers and not using a device to put on the feathers. So a variation of different things to do. You can do anyway. One of the types of wood I use is these arrow wood sticks that I grow in my garden for the only purpose on being used to make an arrow out of. I do still need to get some more glue, which is the easiest part. I need more field tips and I need more feathers because before I can make a video. I'm not good with English today for some reason, but I need these things before I can do that series. And the glue is not that hard, but it takes a while for me to drive to the place where I get the field tips. And I don't really like to order them online. It's cheaper to go and get them myself. And the feathers have been ordered a couple of weeks ago, but it will take a bunch of time before they get here. I don't know when they get here, but that gives me time to make this dry. I know there's different ways to do it, but the ways I have tried, for me, this is the one that works best. Now, I started by showing it before I cut this piece off and took the bark off and all that. But that's the obvious part. You have to remove the bark and all of these and cut it to length. This is around 1 meter long. I make my arrows between 80 and 85 centimeters. So 1 meter, so I can cut a little bit off. That's necessary. I put it in this little vise here and have it here. And what I'm gonna do is put some weight on. You can see it's bent around right behind this one right here. So I will have to put something under here like this, so it doesn't bend over here, but only bend the stick down here and stretch it out. Between one and three times a day, I'm going out here in my tool shed to take a look at it, remove all the weight I will put on, and look at it, see where is it straight and where is it not straight, and straighten it out. It takes me about 3 months to do this, so it's a long time, but usually I get a pretty straight and very nice looking arrow out of it. So usually the result is pretty good. This part of it, where I have it in the vise, is going to be around 3 weeks or so, where I all the time, multiple times a day, are going to find new spots to put on the weight. And after those about 3 weeks, it's behind the camera, but I have a little piece of wood on the wall with some screws in, where I drill a hole in each end of this, which is why I have to be able to cut some pieces off and put some string through and then weight in one end and hang it up on the wall. So it will hang on the wall straight down with weight in it, about 10 kilos in, and let it be there for about 2.5 months, and then it usually is dry enough for me to take it down. That's how I do this. So I thought I would just show that, and now I'll put some weight on. I just have to get the things here. I'm gonna put it here so I don't make the table bunch around. Let's see. That should be enough to hold that. And what I use is just everything from old pieces of old chains, smaller pieces, different thicknesses, and half of a lock. Everything that are having some weight in it, and I just put it on. For example, this piece of a big chain, I slide that on. That is a little bit to the side, but it should still work. I think we have to put that forward. I can see it still needs lots of weight, so we take some bigger pieces of string here. And I also have this thing, put that in there. Oh, that didn't work, that's too long, so we use that instead. It takes a while to find the right amount sometimes, but it's worth it when I know what result I will get out of it. It's still not enough. I'm not used to having it there. That's a new place I have for putting these things. Seems like I don't have enough of weight, but I can always find more. But this is the whole idea of it. I just put on some weight until it looks straight. And then later today, and again tomorrow, and the day after that, the next couple of weeks, I'm going to check it out and see where it needs weight and where there is not enough weight. Where there is enough. I mean, and doesn't really look like I have enough here. That one's too far down. Oops. Sorry if I block the view. But this is how I do it on these. Have to get this a little bit more forward. This is how I do to stretch out these. As I said, it takes quite a long time. 3 months is a long time for one arrow. But I have the opportunity to do this to 3 arrows at a time. And I can hang up when they are done here for those 3 weeks. I have enough room to have, I think it's 7 arrows hanging on the wall with weight on at a time. But right now I only have this one stick, and that's enough for making this video. So this is how I do it next time. And in the next video you will see this. It is already straightened out. That will be in about 3 months from now. And it's gonna be ready to make into a arrow. So I hope that gives you an idea of that. At least one way to do this. And I don't have any more small pieces now, so I have to find some more, but it still does something. Another thing I want to say is experiment with it. Because this is something, nobody showed me this, I didn't see anybody do this. I don't say I'm the first one or only one that do this, but this is just what works for me. That's what I found that works for me. Also, I have seen people take not only arrow woods, but any type of wood and make an arrow on the spot by making a fire and dry it over the fire. I have tried that with an unknown piece of wood. I don't know what type of wood that was. The only thing I have to say about that, does work, definitely. And it's very good on the way, on the run, whatever you want to call it, when you're out in the woods and you don't have the opportunity to use 3 months of it on it. But for me, even I used about an hour. I didn't really take the time on it, but maybe half an hour. I don't know, somewhere around that. And kept putting it over the fire, put the stick over the fire after taking off the bark and all that, like that one. And straighten it out like this, and put it over the fire and straighten it a bit again until I think it's good enough, and then put on the field tip and the feathers and make a cut in for as a knock. It worked for my 30-pound bow, but it was not straight when I have shot it. So you have to be there for a while, I guess, unless you actually burn the stick, so it will be dry quite quick. But if you don't want to do it that way, this is what works for me. And I don't mind using 3 months on it, because I know it will be good. So as I said, next time you will see this stick here, it will be dry. It will be as straight as I was able to get it. And hopefully it's not messed up. If it's messed up, which happens sometimes, but not that often I found doing this way. If it's messed up, I will not use it. That will be waste of time. It will be waste of glue, feathers, and field tips. But hopefully it will be as usual and straight enough for me to use. So in that case, you'll see this in about 3 months, when I hopefully are able to start that series on making arrows. So this got to be a little bit of a long video, but yeah, hopefully not too much waste of time. But anyway, thanks for watching.